What is up, YouTube? The Dragon here. It is Friday, the 27th of November, and before I get into this Figured Out Friday, I want to make a public service announcement about deer. Please be careful and watch out for deer, especially around the dawn to dusk or dusk to dawn time. That's when they're most active and all over the road doing whatever they want, and they have no consideration for vehicles on the road. A couple days ago, I smashed into a deer, and there's nothing I can do about it. We're taught just if we see them and they're in the way, to just blast right into them because it's not worth risking someone else's life, and more importantly, your life. Or, the freight that you're hauling. The freight's the least important thing. Your life is most important. But, as with my case, I was going full speed down the highway, noticed something in the distance, so I let off the gas, and I realized it was a deer, and the only thing I could do was put on my brakes the best I can and flip my Jake brake or engine brake on, and I still smashed that thing pretty hard. I was fully loaded to the teeth, and I couldn't stop in time. I'm guessing if I had about half the weight, I might have been able to stop, but I was fully loaded. Smashed right into it. My brakes were smelling pretty hot. I didn't lock the brakes up, and I didn't shift the load. Those are things you don't want to do. I put just enough pressure on that I could to slow down, but I couldn't stop. So it didn't really do much damage to my truck. Just kind of bent my grill in a couple places, and I got like 2 cracks in my bumper. If I was going full speed, there would have been blood, deer would have went flying, and there would have been some serious damage to my truck. But I was able to slow down, and I still whapped it pretty damn hard, but, it is what it is. That's part of the job. So, sorry for the deer, but, he was walking across the road, so I thought he was going to clear and, get out the way. But it's like as soon as he saw my headlights, it's just like they say, deer in the headlights. It just stood there and looked right at me, and I couldn't do anything. And I'm not swerving my truck into the ditch because some deer wants to look at me, my ass. So, there's that. So, for this Figured Out Friday, I'm going to talk about budgeting. Budgeting is very important when you're out here because you need to keep track of your money. You can't just go spending it willy-nilly and expect everything to be okay. So, watch your money. Spend it on what you need and then spend it on what you want. Basic as that. Spend on your needs first and see what's left over, and then spend it on what you want. Having extra money is good in case emergencies come up and you need something for the truck and you don't want to wait on road service. Like, I had an airline bust on me a couple weeks ago, and I needed money to buy an airline so I didn't have to wait for road service. Or sometimes your company might want you to do things and it costs money to do that, and it comes out of your pocket. Of course you get reimbursed for it later, but you need the money at hand right away to get it done and over with, and you'll get your money back. It's just good to watch your money. Don't spend it on shit. And just be smart out there. Everything is smart and common sense. So, I'm gonna do a little example here. Budgeting 101. I'm not gonna go into anything too complicated because, there's, you can have multiple bank accounts, multiple categories, as I like to call them, that you want to place your money in, but I'm not going to get into all that. I'm just going to go over the basic, what you need just to get started on how to budget if you don't already budget yourself. I have multiple bank accounts for various reasons, and, once I start getting more money rolling in, I'm going to have a retirement account set up, but that's, advanced stuff. Also, I guess another point I'm going to talk about real quick is cash advances. A lot of these companies let you get cash advances. Do not get cash advances. Period. It messes me up. It messes everything up. You know, you're gonna advance. Oh, I'm out of money. Get an advance, and by the time you finally get your paycheck's only gonna be like $100 to $200, and you're gonna wonder what happened. Well, it's all these cash advances you're getting. So don't touch your cash advances. A good thing to do is every time I make a food run or I need to go to Walmart, they give you a cashback option. Get your money out then. It comes right out of your account. You don't have to worry about your paycheck. So that's how I do it, so it doesn't affect my paycheck and how I add things up. But anyway, this shit is hard, guys. Let me get my pen set here. I mean, this is just so hard. I don't know if y'all can figure this out. So y'all ready? I'm about to blow your minds. Alright, get ready for it. This is difficult. You ready yet? Alright. Enough of that shit, right? So, the hardest thing to do... yeah, simple shit. Take your expenses. I'm gonna say E. You subtract them from your income, which I'm gonna say I. Which will give you your P. I like to call it play money, because it's money you can do whatever you want with, whatever you choose. Now, hopefully after you do this equation, your P money is in the positives and not in the negatives, because if you're in the negatives, you're kind of shit out of luck. Alright, so expenses. Let's just say you want to do this on a monthly basis. I mean, for those of you that want to do it weekly, you can, but it's usually better to go by a monthly basis. Monthly. Because our paychecks vary from week to week. You can have a really good week and then a really bad week. And, you know, if you go monthly, it usually evens out to your average pay. So, expenses. Let's just leave this up here. So, let's just say our main expense out here really is food. So, let's just say we spend $400 a month on food. I'm just doing numbers that I can add up quickly, so this isn't really anything to go by, it's just example. 400 on food. Let's say you spend, I don't know, $50 a month on cleaning supplies. And my handwriting sucks because I'm looking through the phone here, so. Let's say your cell phone is like another 50. So cell phone. And let's just say you're one of those fancy people that have satellite TV on your truck, and that's just $100 for, I'll just say cable. Alright. So you know for a fact this is what you're spending monthly. So you add all this up, and that's, let's see, 4, 5, 6. $600 a month for your expenses. Alright. Simple, right? I'm going to draw a line here. Now let's see how much money you're making. So let's just say, for sake of example, you're making $500 a week. So week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Alright, all of these for $500.
Attention, a new important message has arrived.
Not right now, Qualcomm. It's probably the DOT message saying that I hit a deer. Let's see. So, 2,000. So, if we go by our handy-dandy equation here, E minus I equals P. So, you know you're making $2,000 for the month, on average. And, your expenses are on average $600 a month. Subtract this, and this gives you $1,400 left. Okay? So you know you have $1,400 left over from what you're paying off of what you live off of. and this gives you your play money that you can do what you want with. So you can take this $1,400 and pretty much do what you want with it. So I mean, you could take this $1,400 and say put $400 into savings. And that'll leave you $1,000 left over for whatever. Let's say there's this awesome tattoo you wanted to be getting, or whatever the case is. I mean, you can, I don't know, $200 on a new tat. 800 left. Now you have 800 left out of that to. I mean, it's however you want to spend it, honestly, but keep enough in there in case something happens, like an emergency or whatever. Kind of already went over that. Like, you might need something for the truck, or your company wants you to do something and you need money to do it. So that's just basic budgeting 101. That's just a basic way of how I do it. Mine's a little bit more complicated. Like I said, I got more than one account, and I kind of split things up more. But this is just a basic map for people that have never budgeted before. Well, there you go. That's just a basic principle. If you want to learn more on how to do it, or different ways, I mean, you can look it up online. But as always, drive safe out there, and be water, my friends.